Hello and welcome everybody to episode 10 of Novice to Master with Nuwe. My name is Talal and I'll be your host today. And basically what I'm doing is I am developing a video game, a browser-based video game, in the effort to learn how to program. And the game is pretty complex, which makes it a very difficult endeavor, but hopefully I'll come out of this series having learned something about web development, hopefully, and more so about game development, which I am very passionate about. Today what are we doing today? Today, well, we're doing a bunch of stuff really. First of all, we were able to overcome the majority of the challenges that we were facing last time, and today it's more so a sort of a setup for what comes after. So it's going to be everything from making classes, figuring out what we want in the classes, what do we want in the game in general, what do we want to have. There is one functionality that I could start working on, which I did define in my goals. I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to be able to get around to that, but we'll find out, I suppose. But yeah, so I do have the list of goals, but I might deviate a little bit from it depending on what I feel like I'd like to do first. And so without further ado, we'll jump straight into it. I'm gonna navigate to my game application over here and start it up in VS Code. And then once I have that up, I'm gonna start up my server. All right, so quick fix for this thing. I thought I fixed this last time. Hold on, didn't we add in any? Yeah, we did. Oh. Argument of type any is not assignable to a parameter of type never. Yes, this is why we changed this to any, which makes it work. All right, great. All right, so a little bit of an overview here. Okay, so this is the map. We're clicking on it, and you know, we select the square at that specific location, and we can unselect it as well. Great. So there's several things that we could start. Oh, excuse me, just 1 second. Did we? Oh, hold on. It didn't change my screen. Chisel, what up, bro? How you doing, man? Yeah, no, I didn't forget. For some reason, it didn't work. Sorry about that. Oh, it's because it's studio mode. Okay, my bad. Yo, I'm just gonna open the door for someone. I'll be right back. Chisel, nice to have you here, man. All right, so a small overview over what we are looking at doing today, or the overview of a few things that we might be working on. One is to just get familiar with injecting key value pairs into our JSON file. We want to spawn a unit, so we want to create some sort of a code that would spawn a unit and then maybe pass the location into the JSON file so that every time we run the server again, it would load the unit with the appropriate location of it. Oh yeah, I'd like to figure out what I would like to have in in the units class, right? So I've been writing a list yesterday about the things that I would like to like it to have, and it's a huge list. So I'm talking like biology, psychology, equipment, and stuff like that. It's gonna be pretty extensive, but I'm gonna like tackle it one step at a time. You know, we start with movement, maybe. I saw, oh yeah, we got to figure out how movement is done as well. But so we got to do movement, we got to do equipment, you know, weapons, you know, scopes and stuff like that. Food, water, maybe how you know, maybe how thirsty he is, how hungry he is. You know, we got to make sure that he has enough food and whatever. So for the most part, the first part of fleshing out our unit is just focusing on his survival. So food and water, and basic movement, of course. So it's like movement, food and water, and after that we'll, you know, we'll cross that bridge once we get to it, I suppose. So, shall we? Yes, we shall. All right. So first of all, I'd like to create a new component called unit. And then inside unit, we'll make a new file. We'll call it unit as well. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and then over here, let me see if I can remember exactly how it was done. Export default class unit. Okay. All right, I'm actually gonna need to look it up. All right, so React classes. Am I in the right place? Excuse me. All right. React component. React class. Yo, likewise, Chisel. Likewise, man. How to export a class? I don't even know how to make a class. Well, I do know how to make a class, but I just need to double check. Classes, Code Academy. Export classes. Oh yeah, okay. So that's what's gonna happen, right? We have to like create the class, and then we need to create an instance of it. But maybe we create the instance with like a button or something like that, because I want to simulate you know, a user creating his profile, and then once that profile is created and they join into the world, then they receive the player, and then it's like a one-time thing or something, right? So I'm wondering like how I could simulate that. All right, I'm not sure what these guys are doing here. Oh. Yeah, okay, so we import the file, right? And then we say we create a new instance of that class, right? All right, let me see here. Class extends. Oh, you don't need to export default? This is a method. All right, I'm gonna try it just to see how it's gonna work, right? Class unit. Extends React.component. Do we need to like specify this and all that stuff? Okay, so I mean, I'm thinking like we have to like say this and stuff, or constructor. Do we have to like start it up with a constructor? Constructor class, maybe. Export default, I think it's Node.js. I mean, it works. It worked. I mean, it works with the components, right? So this is what I do with the map parser. I say export default function map parser, and then I import it in app.js. And if I didn't export it, it doesn't import. Right, so constructor, this dot name equal polygon. Right. So it would be this dot name equal something would be like user underscore specified, you know? I mean, ideally that would be the case, but we're probably not going to be able to do that just yet. Then this dot. Do we need like an ID, for example? because I'm thinking if we are gonna pass the information into a JSON file, then we probably would need some ID or like a function that generates a unique ID for that specific unit. Maybe this dot unique ID equal unique ID. I'm not gonna worry about whether or not they're private. I'm just gonna leave them as is right now. Excuse me. So unique ID, name, yeah, maybe the name could be something that is automatically generated as well, but not to worry about that right now. Unique ID, name. All right, let's just roll with these two for now, right? And then over here we can define another. Could there be more thises? Or maybe like methods or something? Like movement, for example. Yeah. So we could say movement, this dot movement equal to movement. And then movement can be increased with through training, i.e. Strength, no, endurance. Right? Oh yes, we forgot this dot image equal specified image. Not sure like who's gonna specify it, but so here we're gonna have to like pass in an image as well. What I could do is just find a random image and put it in there and see how that would look like once we generate the unit. Yeah, I suppose like everything, I'm gonna refactor everything and give it like a default value, just so I can test it out without having to worry about what information I'm passing from where, you know? So it would be just that I would create a new unit, has default values, we render it on the map, and that's all we have to worry about. But given that I'm here already, I might as well just figure out what else I would like to have in my class. You know, just for the fun of it. So yeah, we're gonna have movement, we're gonna have equipment. So this is going to be stuff like radio. It's gonna be something like maybe armor, maybe helmet. Maybe it could be weapons, right? So we could probably even yes. Can we do something like this dot clothing equal this dot armor? Can we do this? Equal armor. Can we do that? We can't do that, can we? Okay, so here's my first question, right? How can we pass multiple? So inside equipment, we want clothing and we want information inside of clothing, right? So it would be something like armor. We would have winter / dry. We would have helmets, maybe socks, footwear. I mean, I'm being like it's without this before everything. Clothing. This dot armor. Okay, so I don't need this. I'll probably have to read. No, I mean before everything in this dot clothing. Oh. Yeah. Armor. Yeah, so can we say something like garments? Yes, over here would be comma. Correct. And here we would have garments. Then so on and so forth. Okay, actually, just gonna stop here. I don't need the rest. This is just for the sake of being, just for the sake of exploring the idea more so than anything else. So we have movement, we have equipment. Yeah, I don't think we need to specify anymore. I think let's just save that, right? We'll save it. And then maybe, yeah, we'll probably have to import it into the map parser. I feel like the map parser is going to be like our head component that kind of renders everything and makes sure that everything is where it should be, right? And then we would have our app.js where everything would be aggregated. So, for example, here we have the map parser. What we would also have, oh, I can't comment. Unless I can comment, but in a different way. Let me see here. Oh, there it is. Okay. So it would be, where is it? Yeah. Nav. We would have the nav over here. So we would have like a bar on the top of the map, maybe. We could, maybe not, but I'm just saying, like this is where we would put everything, right? All right, I'm just gonna save that for now, and gonna figure out how to spawn our unit here. Oh, and actually, as a matter of fact, we're just gonna give it a default values here. Name. Chisel. This image. Okay, so all we need is an image. Oh, it should be here. I'm looking for a specific one, that's why. Edge. No. Twitch. It should be here. I remember like when I was working on videos, I used a specific image. Oh, here maybe? No. All right, I'm just gonna download it again. Unit top down view.
It's gonna be hard to do. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because what happens is
Tarkov. I'm a huge Tarkov fan, by the way. Huge. Alex would be better. Guess you would actually need position X and position Y. Not a problem. Not a problem. I already have it kind of understood in my head, so won't be a problem. Oh, get from Tarkov PNG. Tarkov.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because what happens.
I don't remember how I found it last time. Pixel. No idea. Where did I put it? I can't remember. Unbelievable. Where the hell is it? Escape from Tarkov. Soldier PNG pixel. Ah, there it is. Thank God. All right, so we passed that in to here. And then we pass the URL, right? Would it be something like something like that, maybe? We also probably would need to how can we give a class CSS properties? I mean, technically we're gonna spawn the unit in a div, right? So maybe we can give that div a specific class. But then again, right, and I know what to do. Okay. I think if I'm not mistaken, since the unit is going to be spawned on the map grid, we can say something like map grid image. Div a different class to the div where there's unit inside. Yeah, or that. So either yeah, either we give the image a div container and we give that container a class name, or we access the images, all the images within the map grid, and we change their size. So it would look something like, actually, you know what? Let me create a CSS specific for a unit right over here. So we'll say unit.css, and all we need to say would be something like image and then we size it over here. Image. Okay, so width, maybe width. Let's say 7, and height 7 as well. Right, and then when we pass that into this, do we pass it into this? Because I'm wondering, like for example, this, can it be something like that? No, it can't be, right? Because this is JSX. But it is extending React component though, so yeah, no. I doubt it. Yeah, I doubt it. All right, so now the logic to spawn the unit, right? Before doing that, I would like to manually do so. First by importing the class. So we import unit from components / unit. Oh, map parser is already in components, isn't it? Yes. Unit / unit. Yeah, there you go. I can't find it. But if we do this, and we save that, then this finds it. There you go. All right, so that's to go back to the things that we were talking about earlier. Then let's say something like const how do you spawn it? Yeah, so let's say const new unit equal new unit. And then we say something like well, technically what we want to do is we want to, yeah, maybe we're gonna have to get the client X and client Y, or position X and position Y, and then save the unit there. All right, I'm thinking. Because let's say for example, here, our code here maps through our array in which we have all the JSON coordinates in. So it maps through the entire thing and then it generates the map, right? Well, technically, once we have a lot of players as well, we would have to save all the units, all the players, and their locations in a separate JSON file. Maybe, I don't know how it's gonna have to be like done, or like how it is done most efficiently. But essentially, it would have to be something like that, right? So the map is generated, and then the locations of all the units is also iterated through and then rendered on top of that map. That's one way to do it. The other way would be to assign an image to that specific div where the unit is supposed to be. So it would kind of look like this over here. We would have, let's say for example, we have the unit over here, then it would be unit. And then maybe the name of it. Oh shit. No idea what happened there. Right? Oh, I didn't change it to Alex. Hold on. For example. Oh, so it would be like the entire object stored in here. Yeah, so it's inefficient, right? Yeah. Okay, so better to have the map, and then have a different JSON file that contains all the information about all the units, or maybe no. By the way, I bought the book that I told you I was gonna buy, but it's not about data structuring. It's about algorithms and stuff. Still good. I was still gonna buy it anyway, but it's not helpful to my current challenge. So because like what I was just thinking is that the other way to do it would be to save each individual player object separately, and then have all of those saved within one file. And how would you link them to the map? What? It's giving me an error. Armor syntax error. Yeah, I figured. So this should be this. React is not defined, movement is not defined, armor is not defined, garments is not defined. Ah. Give them a value? Where? Oh yeah, okay, okay. So armor, Kevlar. Or flak. Garments. Dry. Helmet. No helmet. What about movement? I mean, technically it's a method. Oh. These are. Oh, hold on. Why not just put everything here? Because technically what these are supposed to do is modify movement. That's what it's supposed to do. It's not supposed to hold the information in it. Right? And then we have modify or add, remove equipment. Okay, so that should do it. There you go. All right, so here we have our unit, right? So right now, since we are not mapping through an array full of many different units belonging to many different players, we're just going to do this. No, hold on, this is still within the map. Over here, we say div new unit. Oh, but where does it spawn? How does it know where to spawn? Position. Objects are not valid as a React child, right? Of course. So here we would have to have image. Okay, so we're getting this over here. So I need to figure out like how to pass image URL to class. Component. Oh, okay, so maybe import it first. Let's see if I can do that. So if I import unit.png, no, unit as from. Unit.png. Then we pass it here. Can we do that? Oh, okay. It has to be, yeah, okay. Unit image. Save that. I'm just getting the name of it. This dot image. Maybe we have to put it between curly brackets. Use an array instead. So I'm getting the value, or actually I'm just getting the name of the picture itself. I'm not getting the image. Maybe I just said I pass it into an image. So inside the div, I would have image src with this. Oh, my bad. This, and we close that up like so. src is equal to new unit image. Why is this red? There you go. Save that. There you go. Brilliant. All right, so let me see if I can remove actually the div so that the CSS can. We'll probably need to import the CSS here. Import unit / units.css. There you go. All right, so I'm not sure you can see it. It's here, like right on the bottom. It's rendering correctly. Like, so our CSS is working properly. So let's make it actually 15 pixels, right? Because it's a 20 pixel by 20 pixel square. So there, you should see it nicely, I suppose. It's not bad. It's not clearly visible. What about 18? All right, that looks nice. That looks a little bit small, but I suppose like maybe what we could do is just make everything bigger. So instead of a 20 by 20 square, we would have something like 30 by 30, 40 by 40, something like that. That would make everything much more visible. I mean, if we're going to be talking about, you know, square sizes and map size, essentially what I would like to have is the ability to zoom in and out. So, you know, you can get different views of the map, and maybe like the closer you get, you know, you can see the buildings and stuff like that. And if you zoom out, you can see the bigger picture. Let me show you an example. Right? I mean, this is my ideal scenario right here. See that? I mean, at this zoom level, you can't really see it properly, but here you can see it better. And you need, like, whenever you hover over a village that belongs to a specific player or a specific tribe, everything just highlights immediately. So that's what's happening right now. It's like it's showing you which villages belong to which player, to which tribe. And then this over here, I really like this transition where it's like first it's dots over here, that's all you can see, but then one more zoom and it shows you the actual villages. And the image for each one of these villages kind of reflects the amount of points that village has, right? So here I think they're like maxed out or something, right? And then you can see like in between, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3. Yeah, so it's a 5x5, but it kind of looks like a rectangle. Each 5x5 are divided, but then when you zoom out, you can kind of see. Hold on, you can probably see it better if I zoom out once more. No. Okay, so you see this black line? Yeah. That black line. So it's kind of like a div containing several different divs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's like 20 by 20. And then the 20 by 20 has each individual square having a 5x5 div area, let's say. I mean, that would be nice. Feels hard to do though. Yeah, I mean, that's like way into the future. It's not a priority right now. I don't think, you know. I feel it would be much better for me to get all the mechanics done first, and then after I get the mechanics done, only then like start focusing on everything that's visual, that's going to be adding on top of the foundation that I built. I just need to get something working done as fast as I can. I suppose that's my goal currently as it stands. All right, so now let's try to get the soldier on top of the map, right? How can we do that? How can we do that? Yes, it's definitely going to have to be inside the div over here, right? But if we put it inside here, then we're gonna have one of these units on each one of the squares, like so. It looks nice. It looks nice. That's like endgame scenario right here. They all look like they're having fun, aren't they? We got these guys swimming over here. It's a party. So over here would have to be like a conditional, right? So we're gonna have to say something like, if yada yada, if yes. Okay, so here was where our position comes into play. So over here, we're going to have something like this dot position equal what? Let's put it just below the unique ID, because I feel like it's very important, right? So this dot position maybe we would have something like x equal 26 and y equals 200. Yes, nice. All right, so we're on the same track. And then we say over here in our if conditional, which will contain the image, like so. Right. If new unit dot x equal t dot x and new unit dot y equal t dot y new unit dot position dot x. Right. Position dot x. Nice. Dot position dot y equal tx and ty. We would like you to spawn the image at that said location. Why is it saying this expression expected here? It should be within another one? No. Shouldn't be. What if it's a conditional? Like right now it's not working. I think we have to make it a function here, no? And then have that with even yet another. There you go. Okay, so it has to be function. Obviously, because we're running an if statement, right? So first we open the brackets to say that we're gonna be passing JSX, right? And then we open up the function to say that we're gonna have function, you know, and an if statement has to be passed through a function, I suppose. Then we say if, open the final brackets, and we close that. That should be it. And let's see if it works. X equal 26, syntax error. Oh, right. Thank God I know what the error is. Right, so this, you actually said it to me, but I kind of like did not read it properly. All right, so now we've refreshed our page. I'm looking. He's hiding in the forest. Z index, you're right, 100%. Yes. Z index. He probably is hiding in the forest. If he gets rendered on top of a forest square, that would be so funny. Nah, he's still hiding. All right, let's console log and see what's happening. And we'll console log. Can we console log here? Refresh that. Console. Well, I mean, it doesn't seem like it's going into it. New unit dot position dot x equal t dot x. Oh, don't we need to pass in t over here? Oh, t object. Huh? Functions are not valid as React child. This may happen if you return a component instead of component from render. Or maybe you meant to call this function rather than return it. Oh, maybe it has to be a return over here. Oh, this is not my code. This is not my code. It's just when we added the conditional that it stopped working, right? All right, so where's the 26 by 200, just so we know? Does it work without the if? Didn't we just try it? Yeah, it does. Fascinating. Whenever I click on it, it increases the size of the image. But when I don't, so when I click on the image kind of inflates, because I feel like the same CSS is passing to the image as well somehow, I think. Yeah, I think that's it. Right, so if we were to Control Z back to where we were, this is where we were. And we were saying function if new unit, okay, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's like, yeah, it wouldn't work if it's not a function. And we're passing t as the value, as the parameter. One word. How you doing, man? We're working on a game. This is how it looks right now, and this is the inspiration for it. Here they have villages, we have units. A lot of them. So we're trying to make it so that we just have one of these units, or one image of that unit render when the position that it has saved within its class component coincides with the div being rendered. Or sorry, the position of the div that's being rendered. So if the position of the div is equal to the position of the unit, and the position of the unit is the position that it has saved in its class, then it would render. And it's not working for some reason. Are you familiar with React? Okay, actually, you know what? Let's just pass if true. Let's see if that works, huh? Well, that's good news. It's probably something that has to do with the way we're writing it. Well, let me try to remove return. I feel like it's not gonna work, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Yeah. So what's our mistake then? How about can we do it as a ternary operator? Maybe. So we can say something like t.x equal to new unit dot position dot x and oops, hold on. T.y equal new unit dot position y. Question mark? If yes, then spawn our unit. If no, then we say something like, yeah, we'll just return an empty string. All right, so it doesn't work with the ternary operator either. Maybe that's because we need to define on which square it's supposed to split. Like, okay, so what we're saying is like, hold on. I'm wondering whether or not we need to specify on which square we want it to render or not. Okay. Trying to think as to why we might be receiving that error. Oh, maybe we need to turn it into a function again. Alright, hold on. Where's the 20 by 200? How can I even find it? Can we stringify this? Or is it already stringified? Functions are not valid as React childs. If they're not valid as React childs, then how can we pass a value after it has went through you know, some sort of a function that would say like but if it's but if we can't pass it in as a React child, then how do we pass it in? Okay, how about this? I got it. Const unit positions with an S, because yeah, you know, it's going to be multiple positions in the future. We said new unit dot position dot x. We put that in between brackets because we're going to add to it oops. Hold on, can we add it as an object like this? X new position dot x, so it will be something like bam. And then y would be new unit dot position dot y. We save that. And then over here, we say, I mean, technically it would have to be something like unit 1. Well, no, technically no, because we're already passing that object as the value of x. And if we have multiple, it would kind of look something like this. All right, let me see if it works. Just curious. Cannot redeclare. All right, but it works. If we weren't redeclaring, it would work, right? All right, so what? Okay. I got it. Over here, why don't we say that unit has ID, name, position, name, for now, right? Sorry. This has to be unique ID, position, name, you're supposed to pass that in the constructor. Oh. Okay. Okay, cool. And then over here we'd say unique underscore ID equal position equal position X, position Y. Or maybe just X and Y. X, Y. Right, and over here we say X, we say Y. And name, we would say name. Right? So, new unit, unique ID, X, Y, and name. Unique ID, so it would be 1, no? 1. Oh. It would be 1, no? You should remove these from class. Right, thank you. And the constructor also. Oh. Okay, so 1. Okay. 120, 200. And name. Alex. Then here we say 2, 40, 70, John. Const new unit. Okay, so it's never red? Yes, it is red. Where at, though? Over here. Or over here. back in map parser. Not sure I know where you want to have it. Unit position, X and Y. With everything inside it. Yeah, I just did that. It's not working for some reason. Hold on. Did you mean this? Oh, maybe it's hold on. Maybe it should be an array. No? Yeah, there you go. Oh god. So it's an area like that, and then inside the area you have multiple objects. I think, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. All right, so now it's working. Now we know that it's working, which means that now, actually, over here, what we can say is now instead, unit positions dot map, and then we pass that value in, saying, oh, right. So let's say P, for the sake of simplicity. We activate the function. And then here we need to have some sort of a thing, right? Sort of a thing where it's do we need the position X and position Y? All right, I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna try it out and see if it works. Oh. What am I doing? Oh, okay. Saving that. Yeah, I feel here what we need to do is to actually grab the... No, hold on. What's the error that we're getting in the console? All right, we're not getting the error that we were getting before, which means that now this is functioning. Right, the thing before with the function, we're not able to use function in ReactJs, we're not getting that anymore, so that's good. Maybe you should return that image? No, because it's a ternary operator. It doesn't work on a ternary operator. Unless we return this entire thing. Do we need to put it inside? No. Actually, let's return something actually here. Let's see. Well, that's good to know. Oh, pun intended. Well, what does that mean though? I really don't know what it means. I'm trying to see whether or not there's like a space somewhere for our unit. How every div works with image? What do you mean? In the CSS of the divs. Anything disturbs the image. Well, technically nothing should, because it's only when we are passing in that conditional that our image it doesn't render. If I removed that, everything would render, but it's only when we're passing that conditional is it rendering. Is it not rendering, sorry. What if we actually pass the conditional inside the image as props. Hear me out. We would have image source, and inside of source, we would actually have a function that says, we'll remove this, and then we'll remove that also. No, no, I didn't like that. Okay. Where is it? Oh, there it is. This should be here. No? Oh, no, no, it was right. Right over here, and then we say if, no, something like, okay, wait. What was the thing that we had earlier? I'm just gonna copy and paste it from your code. So we say this question mark. If yes, new unit.image. If not, null. Close. Or what are we missing still? Not assignable to type string. Does this need to be like... Oh, there it is. I feel we're getting close. I feel like it's within the source that we need to handle it. No. Maybe the entire thing? Oh, hold on. Entire thing has one. Oh, there it is. Yeah, you're right. It's supposed to be here. Ah. Where is it? What is this thing? Oh, it's the map. Yeah, that's correct. Source has a blue one over here that ends here. So everything's written correctly, isn't it? Like this. Oh. All right, let me Google this real quick. Let me just see what Google says. Type any Compatible to type string. Do we need to convert it to string? Just curious. Curious. Its value is never read. So it actually it doesn't go through. Okay. We do this. Just wondering if. Oh, hold on. If P. All right, P does pass through here, but it doesn't pass into the prop. And E dot Y equal to T dot Y. All right, I'm just gonna try this again. Can we return this? Yeah, again, I think it's the conditional, man. I think the conditional is what's giving us a problem. I think that's why it's not allowing us to spawn it. See? It's interesting. We're probably not using the correct, well, there's something that we're not using correctly. Let's review for a second the t.x, shall we? well, the t.x and the t.y, right? I want to find out whether... And... Yeah, I can't see why either. Here, let me try this. Gonna try to put these between. So that I can do this, and then I can console. Hold on, no. So I just want to check what the t.x and the t.y values are. I think that would be the smartest thing to do. All right, so I'm gonna console log them. There you go. Oh. Okay, there they are. It's passing through them twice. It's passing through each and every one of them twice. So 0 1 0 1 1 1 1 1. What do you mean by I don't get to see those values? How many divs have you got in your window shown? Well, technically, like 1,944. $1,944. If we multiply that by 2, well, that's 1,940. So something like that, right? What were the values for the X and Y for the unit? We put in 2 different units. The first unit had 20 and 200, and the other one had 40 and 70. Right, so... Oh! Hold on. I think I see where you're going. Right. Yes, there isn't a 200, you're right. I was thinking console X and console Y, that's why. Oh man. 20, 30. Okay, and then 19, 30. What about now? Yes! Man.
I'll be there when you call.
Don't be mad at me, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, actually, it might have worked earlier too. Let's see what would happen if I actually made it into a ternary operator. I would like to find out whether or not that would work. Wow, it's still running messages. Accepted an assignment or function call instead saw an expression. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna touch it since it's working. But instead of calling console over here, we're just not gonna return an else statement. It's just gonna be one if statement. Press that. There you go. Wow. Well, that was nice. Look at that. We can now select our units. Wow, dude. So in the future, what we're also going to have, we're going to create a new folder, and we're going to have something like info window. And inside it, we're going to have an info window.js and an info window.css. Dude, freaking high five, man. That was my bad. I should have passed in the console log earlier. That might have saved us a lot of time. Lesson learned, though. Lesson learned. Like next time, you know, I won't just pass in no. I'll just pass in the console log, and we'll try to figure out what the error is. Well, I mean, in my defense, though, like I just didn't know how to pass in console log earlier because of the syntax and how it was like working before. We were like doing a ternary operator, and actually I just tried to make it work with the ternary operator and it didn't work for some reason. So there's that too. Okay, so here we're going to have a function component that opens up a window upon selecting a square / unit, because you're not going to be able to click on the unit technically. You'll be able to click on the square, and then the square will give you both the information for the unit and the information for the land on which that unit is. So maybe that land would have like a camp, maybe it would have whatever, right? So it would show you like, this is your unit, these are the stats for the unit, and this is the land, and this is the stats for the land, right? Something like that. And then you can, like, maybe on the land one, you can build, you can click build, and you can build a building. And on the unit one, you can select like, you know, maybe make mission or create mission or give orders or something like that. You can check how hungry he is, if he's running out of food, you know, if he needs like a supply of food or whatever. And you can like just send him you can send him some some food, you know, like a container crate that, you know, you would just drop on top of him or something like that. Okay, so anyway, so opens up window upon selecting a square and unit. Okay, maybe 2 windows, but let's see if we can do a window, maybe 2, right? Because that way we wouldn't have to create 2 different components for like the 2 different windows. We just have like one component that handles both at the same time. And every time he clicks, you get like, plop, they both open at the same time. And then, you know, like maybe like further along. Yeah, 2 divs, exactly. Just like show and hide. Yeah, show and hide. Is active, then deactivate. So it would follow sort of the logic. It would follow the same sort of logic that we used for the CSS, right? So this, the border. So if this is on, then both these divs would appear. If this is off, both these divs would disappear. If it's here, no, actually, if it's here, yeah, it would be 1 div only because there are no units on it, right? So we would have to also factor that in. It's like, is there a unit here? Then just show 1. There is a unit here, then show both. And so we need to like define, or maybe like render units information within the divs, and maybe like also later along in the future, instead of having just a map that ends over here, we would have a map that is much bigger, and what you can actually do is like click and drag so you can see everything around you. And on top of that, the units would have a view distance, right? So you don't render all the information for each and every player. You only render the information that can be picked up by whatever unit he has. This way you kind of need to store units in each div. What do you mean? I mean, technically you just need to have 1. Why though? Not necessarily. Maybe I didn't explain myself properly. So if there is a unit on the square that you clicked, then it would show you 1 window, and that window would be the information about the terrain. So it tells you like sand, you know, like it tells you if there's like a natural resource or whatever. It tells you if there are buildings or something like that, maybe. I'm just thinking off the top of my head right now. I have it written somewhere, but it's not completely fleshed out. But if there is a unit where you clicked on a square, then it would show you 2 divs, and in one of the divs you would have the information about the unit, and the other one about the terrain. So and the terrain could be telling you something about maybe the weather, you know, is it cold, is it not cold, you know, is it like too high up or too down low, is it like swamplands, you know, is it somewhere like you wouldn't want to be traveling through or something like that, you know? And maybe you can kind of like, when you're giving him a move order, you can tell him like, okay, I want you to move here, 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 here. Maybe. I'm thinking out loud, man, you know, just kind of throwing out the ideas out there, and you know, maybe something materializes afterwards. So yeah, we render units information within one of the divs, and we render terrain information within the other. We then, yeah, I think, you know what, this is good for now, to be honest. I really like how we were able to at least finish this, you know, like the basics of it, you know. Maybe next time as well, or maybe the time after that, we can work on movement, and we can integrate the cooldown, or sorry, the timer, and so that the this dot movement would actually pass its number to the cooldown that would allow the unit to move from one square to another. Well, if you click on the square, you don't get information, you're right. But if you click on the image itself, then you get target image. Oh yeah, you're right. So you would have to also pass in the other information, I suppose, right? The whole unit, yeah. So, yeah, exactly. There you go. There's the image. Would be much easier to show that to I'm wondering whether or not we can actually instead of having to pass the unit to just pass the information, right? We would just pass the information so that the div in question would have that information. So instead of it being here, it would just like be something that's working in the background, if that makes sense. So it wouldn't be something that we would access directly through the synthetic base event. Oh, we're gonna have to. Yeah. But then the question would be, would we want the information to be held by the div or the... Yeah, we would want to have the information held by the div. Right, so what we would have... Maybe we would have to add some sort of a padding to the image so that every time you click on it... No, hold on. Each div to get an array of units. When a unit leaves, just pop that unit out. Well, technically, what I would like to have is just every div would ideally have just one unit on it. And so if two units are close to one another, like these guys are, the unit in the back would have to go around it to pass. and when they're fighting, right, you would just like show some sort of a timer here, you know, like maybe like a clock that's telling you like, okay, you know, something's happening here, you know, or something's going on in this location, maybe they're fighting or whatever, right? But I think it would be too complicated to make it, you know, so that like the units can pass through one another, and you would have them like stack on top of one another. I think that would make the things a little complicated, I suppose. Yeah, what do you suggest? We just have to check the div before you go in if the area of units has any units. And if it does, if it has, just check the neighbors to go somewhere else. Yeah, I think we're yeah, I think like we're thinking about it the same way. Maybe just getting too late for me, man. I might not be explaining myself properly because it's the end of the day, a little tired, and yeah, I think I'm gonna call it for tonight. I mean, I was hoping I was gonna be able to get a little bit more done, but it's I think I'm gonna need like one more stream in which I like start, maybe a few more streams in which like I how do you say it? Just solidify my ideas, right? Just make sure I understand what it is that I want to do and how I want to do it, and see where that takes me. But so far so good, you know? It's already, like, I feel like at this point I've reached a point where, you know, I didn't expect I would get to be honest. And yeah, like now thinking about it, I feel like there's no way around integrating the algorithm of like the nearest neighbor or whatever, like just, you know, giving the AI the ability to know that, oh, there's a unit there that I can't cross through that square. So it's going to be an interesting challenge, that's for sure. Which makes it not such a bad idea that I bought the book, right? All right, guys. So with that, I'm gonna end the stream. I want to thank everybody for watching. Chisel, thank you so much, man. Appreciate your help. Wikipedia is always helpful too. Yeah, for sure. Cheers, man. Just want to end it with a note that goes to my sponsor. I'm doing these series because I'm trying to spread the word about the service that we're creating. We actually just released the website. You can actually check it out and you can register. It's Nuwe.io, so it's NUWE.io, and it's a tech-oriented. Actually, let me just switch the camera over here. So it's a. There we go. So it's a tech-oriented Q&A challenge, community challenge platform where tech profiles can ask your questions and get help from the community, and also expose themselves to recruiters from different tech companies, and the tech companies can gain the information that they need to be able to hire the tech profiles that they need for their tech needs. So it would really help me out if you guys checked it out. We also have Instagram, we got Twitter, YouTube, on which I upload all my all the videos. Yeah, the website is still not English friendly, but we're getting around to that. But right now, because our audience is mainly Latin America and Spain, and plus, the service is being developed by Spanish people, right? So they started writing it in Spanish, but we're working on making it available in English and other languages as well, hopefully sometime in the near future. One thing that is good though is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, you should be able to to click on the translate button on the top right corner of your URL bar, which translates the page to whatever language that you need to translate it to, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, if it's written properly. And but yeah, so the website is still in its very early stages. So and we're working very, very hard to get more users to use it and to register on it. So hopefully, in time, it will get to a better place where you would have a lot of users interacting with one another on asking each other questions and giving one another challenges that would help them become better programmers and developers, and with the final goal of being able to find a job, right? One of our unique features is that these recruiters are able to create hackathons. So you can join in from wherever you are in the world and take part of the hackathon, and if you win, you get recognized by these tech companies. And speaking of hackathons, we actually got 2 hackathons coming up. One is in a couple of days you can sign up for today, and it's called Hack That Startup. It's version 3, so it's the 3rd one we're holding. And we got a lot of companies lined up waiting to see, what talent they can kind of take in. So I think it would be a great opportunity for developers to take part of this, to take part of the hackathon. The other one is actually I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this. I need to double check, but it has to do with the Mobile World Capital. Right, so if you're familiar with the Mobile World Congress and the Mobile World Capital, it's like this huge convention that happens in Barcelona, which is where I am right now. And basically, we're running a sort of hackathon that would give you a pass to the Mobile World Congress. So if you're interested, we're also having the registration right now. You can actually register right now and try to get into the hackathons for that event. The first part of the hackathon is going to be online, so you don't need to show up to Barcelona. But the second part, you get a free pass for the Mobile World Congress, so you got to make it all the way here to Barcelona, and you do that second part of the hackathon inside of the convention. So it's going to be a super great time for whoever wins, and so I encourage you guys to follow us on Discord, follow us on Discord is generally where we post most of our information, but it's in Spanish, so it might be a little bit not English friendly. So the other place I would say that is a little bit better would be Instagram or LinkedIn, even Twitter. We post everything else there in English, so you won't be left out. Anyway, I want to thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you next time, which is after tomorrow. Chisel. See you later, man. Yeah. All right, take it easy, guys. Peace.